Welcome back to the channel. I got my boy here. Let's go ahead and put it on the new calipers.
Perfect.
You have to grind down a little bit, get the paint off it to get the screws in. What do you think about those new school Willwoods right there?
They look like the old school ones.
So we got those going on. We got a list here, guys, of things I gotta do, some little miscellaneous things. Window scrapers, wheel flares, rear hatch lock, rear bulbs, grill headlight. Gotta install the horn, fix some stuff with the front and back cameras. My boy's working on the calipers. I'm gonna be doing the brakes. So I got to take this boost right here and I gotta clean it up and paint it. I'm gonna do that now. Just figured I'd just give you some footage of us actually doing stuff, since I never give you any footage of us doing stuff. So he's working on those. I still gotta clean up. I gotta fix this lock. Something went wrong here. Got the grinding wheel here. But you can see I did the window trims here. I got the triangle windows, the seals in. I took the tint off of that. I got the dash sitting here right now temporarily. I'm gonna cut out the sunroof today, and we're gonna be rocking at this. I'm gonna work on these flares right here. I gotta tape them up. So I am going to make a time lapse real quick and be right back. Caliper, so it comes with little spacers. This way it fits the rotor correctly. So these come with a bunch of spacers depending on what kind of vehicle you're putting them in. So now we're just checking the fitment on the rim to see if it hits the caliper, or if we could remove the spacer.
Nah, that spacer's stuck there.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Maybe be able to get a smaller one in there. That's a 10, one of the ones I gave you, so maybe put a 5 in there.
I mean, you can see we have like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, but it does work then.
Yeah.
So we're good, so we don't got to put that on.
No.
So let's go ahead and just take the wheel off, and then we could go ahead and tape this in. Or I can start taping this in.
We're gonna have to drill a couple of holes, one here, one over here, and then put one in there.
So we got to secure the fender flare and this.
I mean, this one's good though. It's the other ones that are. I don't know, this one could use.
Yeah, but I don't know how good those screws are held on there. You know what I'm saying?
They're in there. They're fucking tight.
So and we got to go check the other side then. And then the backs.
I know
the
the
backs
other
we're gonna probably have to just glue, because someone cut inside the metal inside, so there's nowhere to screw. So I'm able to get 2 screws on it, then I could go ahead and just tape this up. So I could work on that when we bleed this back brake. But as you can see in the time lapse, he got the caliper in, so you can see it right there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and move the rim back over here. For some reason today, it feels like we have no space in here when we had 2 cars here at one point. So now we got 0 space. So we're kind of working slow today. Not sure why, but I think it's the energy and the earth. It's not letting us move. It's also Sunday. All right, so let me end it on this part, and I'll come right back when we figure out the next. So real quick, I got this fabric glue, bought this on Amazon, and what I'm doing is I'm just gluing the very bottom of that, and I'm running little tabs, as you can see, all across. So this way I can only glue in just a little bit of the headliner, and then I'm gonna cut the rest of that, the urethane, when I put the glass in. It will fit correctly. And I also have the trim for the glass is right here. So if I'm gonna be gluing it in, that's the trim for that. And I also have the trim over there, sitting over there for if it's roping. glass. So that's what I'm doing with this fabric glue right here. So I'm gluing this part of it right here. We also got the new Willwood installed on this side. Okay, and my boy's working on removing the old brake booster master cylinder, so we could go ahead and install the one out of a Cabrio, which I went ahead here and I degreased it. I sanded it all down and I painted that so that it looks new. So like refurbished that, got that going on. Right after I'm done doing the headliner real quick, I'm going to work on the upholstery inside while my boy's still working on that. This way I could try to get rid of the list of things that I got going on right here. So just all these little things I need to get done. And then I could work on probably, you know, the easy things like the back latch and whatnot. So I'm gonna continue doing that. And then my boy's working on his thing right here. So we'll be right back. And then my boy's working on his thing right here. So
well, you got a Scirocco 16 valve one because this has disc brakes in it. If you don't do that 16 valve setup in here, the car will want a fishtail when you hit the brakes hard, especially with the Willwood.
The new proportion valve?
Yeah. Well, those are the valves right there.
And then you had to use some. Here we are. The master cylinder is in, boosters in. We just added some fluid. So this one just air bubbled on its own. So I closed that up. We're just letting it cycle through. Waiting for that one to start leaking. Waiting for this one to start leaking. So in the meantime, I'm about to do the sunroof. And what I did is I didn't put any glue here. I only got glue in the back. And we're gonna cut this so that this glue is settling right now. I put some 3M spray. I did some hand fabric glue here. Now we're gonna cut it and fold it. So let me go ahead and cut that, and then I'll show you the results in a second. The sunroof is cut in. What do you think now? So we're getting there. Besides putting the windshield in, we're gonna put the tracks in for the sunroof, and then I'll clean up all those edges as I work my way inside. So now what we're doing is we're putting in the track. And then this molding here, I picked this up on Amazon. It was like universal wire molding, like door molding, and it kind of fits in here. And when I tried out the original one, which is right here, and I can't find this one for some reason, Vintage Rubbers doesn't have this piece, but it was just as thick as this one. So you can see here, I gotta just cut that piece off. So we got it all glued, and I took fabric glue, and then I did 3M inside, and then I also 3M'd that in there to the top of that part of the sunroof. And you can see it now. We're gonna start putting in the crank. We're just still waiting for these brakes to bleed a little bit, but if they don't, we're gonna be using that extractor over there to extract the air out of it. So let's just see. All right, so be right back because I gotta put my hands down. This is the next day. It's Monday. We got the master cylinder in, we got the brake booster in, we bled all the brakes. We went ahead and just put all the rims back on, all the fender flares are back on. They're all secured now. We even did this. Got the little VR6 badge in there with the little rabbit. And I also did the back here. So that's all done. Got the speakers in. All right, that's just some extra material I gotta pull out of there. Got the dashboard sitting on top as well. Sunroof is in, as you can see. That's in. We were going to cut the, this part right here, of this metal piece right here, so that we could go ahead and get the knee bar in. So we're gonna grind that off. We also put in a fuse box over there for the radio and for some other accessories. So that's where our fuse box is for that. The fuse box underneath here is mounted. So that's mounted. Yeah, it still looks like a mess of wire, but we're gonna clean that up because the next part is just to get the dash in. So you can see the roof is in. And yes, I do have the under panel for the sunroof, which you see right there. I just gotta move that up and then just secure it to the sunroof. So that's nicely wrapped as well. So we cut that out, and then we're just gonna get cracking on that right now. We're gonna clean up all this stuff, but all the fender flares are in. You can see all secure. The silicone hoses came in today. I got to go pick them up because that got mailed to my house. So we're going to be putting those silicone hoses in tomorrow, so then we could tidy up all the stuff in the engine as far as the heater box and stuff like that. So, but you can see the brake booster is a lot smaller. We went ahead and took care of that, cleaned that up and paint that. So, and then some other things we need to do in here. So that's the 2.8 24 valve VR6. What else I gotta do here? Then you can still see here how I did the headliner. That's all just, you know, just gluing there, waiting for the windshield to get shipped sometime this week. They told me it's gonna be here sometime this week. I put the lock in. I just gotta adjust this from closing because something's holding it back. And I believe it's just something to do with the molding. I gotta fix that. So you can see all the windows are in besides just this windshield. We're just waiting on that. And now we're just gonna jump on cutting that piece in so we could get the knee bar in and start getting this stuff taken care of in here so we could go for a drive. And hopefully if the windshield is in this week, then the rest is just going to be cleaning up and just tidying up all the little things and just finishing up with little minor stuff in the engine bay. Got the molding installed here, got the back molding installed in here, got the little rain tray cover there, cut out the VIN number part there. Still got to do the horn and fix the high beam light on the Euro grill. This one's not turning on. We put a new bulb in, so I think it's a ground issue. I got to fix this side of the bumper. I fixed it once, but it flexed back. I'm waiting for 2 brand new door scrapers for the inside, even though I have some inside, but I'm replacing those with new ones, so I ordered those. But looking titty, guys. So I'm almost there. Looking like a car now. Be right back. So we were attempting to start the car, but we had a fuel leak, so we just decided to clean up in here. We're gonna go ahead and start her up tomorrow because we're gonna put some AM fittings and take those fuel clamps off. Since it's high pressure, it just blew the line, but you can see it outside. And it's her little stance. And I will be getting honeycomb rims. I'm gonna get them from RML Wheels. So, I wanted to try keep this car to make it look original, even though a lot of people like these rims, they look cool, but I want to have some more originality to the car. So it's looking pretty cool right now. There she goes. All right, and I was gonna try to close that. And hopefully by tomorrow we'll make more progress. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but every time we do something, it's like remodeling a home. Every time we do something, we find something else. Like, look, we're about to start the car, then this thing happened. So, I mean, at least we got the sunroof in. Laugh out loud, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I shouldn't have an issue with not making it. I mean, moving pretty fast compared to where we were a couple weeks ago. So, all right, guys, this is the end of the video, and I will make another video on tomorrow's progress. Let's see how far we get. Put it in the little thing there for the thermostat. So those came in yesterday. Try to clean up all this whole mess, and then hopefully once we're done with that, we're gonna start installing the new thing. We got the power steering mounted, actually upside down. Well, not upside down, just put it 2 bolts right here. Got that down. Got all the silicone hoses in. As you can see, we just got to mount this bottle in. We filled it up with radiator fluid. This is not a silicone hose, we're just using that there, but got a short shifter in, ECS. So got the weights in, got that in. That just went in. We did some end fittings on the rear fuel lines, as you can see right here. So my boy just took care of that. We're gonna put clamps on this. We're waiting for new clamps. Don't ever use these clamps. Okay. All right, we'll be right back. All right, so I just ordered some new hose clamps for the fuel lines. I'm waiting for those to come in. So don't ever use these garbage because they do break for fuel lines. Got the silicone hoses in, like I said. We got the power steering thing in. I got to redirect this to right here. So this clutch thing is going to be here. Like I said, we have the master cylinder and the booster in. That's what's going on so far. We've just been working on the front here to try to get everything cleaned up and zip tied so we don't have to go back in here again. This way then we could start working on the dash. Here's what I did, because I noticed with the other car that it had a flex when you hit the clutch. So I bend these metal brackets like this, and we're gonna go ahead and drill these out and put bigger bolts here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and weld this line here, that line up there, put bolts through here, and there's holes right in here where I could grab the bolts. Then we're gonna take this plate and I'm gonna most likely maybe somewhere back here or something. I don't know what I was gonna do, but I was thinking about welding it on top, but if I have bolts there, that's not gonna work. So probably most likely just gonna bolt that down. That'll be a cross support. Maybe I'll take and then cut this down and then weld it here just to kind of give it a structural support so it doesn't flex this way or up and down. Those are my thoughts on that so far. I haven't done that yet. Then we had to clean up all this stuff in here. I got to paint that center console tomorrow. We're gonna start working on the knee bar tomorrow. I already this morning went ahead and cut out the old stuff for where the rabbit knee bar was, and I cut that section out over there. So me and my boy are gonna fit that and then go ahead and see where the screws go for that, so we can start putting the dash in, and I can start working on the radio and everything else, and gluing down this carpet, because I got to glue down this carpet and getting it all cleaned up. So we also have the back brake, emergency brake. You can see I put a handle on that, and I just got to go ahead and install that. So probably gonna do that right now and get that installed. Okay, these underglow lights, these lights are gonna go under the seat. Let me back that camera up. These are gonna go under the seat, another one under the seat, and then there's gonna be two underneath the dash, and that'll glow the underneath the dash, because I don't have a dome light in here. You can see I don't have a dome light in here. So we also got the visors are in with the visor clips. The handle for the sunroof is in. I gotta just go ahead and just move that forward and tack it onto the sunroof. So that's where we're at. I still gotta fix some of the upholstery back here, and I did the back. I just gotta cut some of the upholstery there, but outside of that, that's pretty easy as far as what I gotta do. It's just everything's taking a little bit more time than usual, because putting things together, like the brakes and the brake booster, took a long time. Bleeding the brakes, because these things have 4 bleeders on each side. The front has 4 bleeders, the other side has 4 bleeders, 2 bleeders on the back. I'm getting snowflakes, guys. Those are coming in next week. Decided to do that. So these are coming out, putting snowflakes in, 15s by 7, and that's where I'm at. I'll be right back.